even after years of longing to connect with something higher, something deeper, after years of meditation, most of what you recognize as you remains exactly the same. This takes a little bit of imagination to understand. I'm talking about something very pure, very existential. You have an idea of who you are. Now imagine this idea to be that of a child, not of an adult. The idea of who you are as an adult is a bunch of additional ideas. When you think about you, you're not thinking about the existential you. You're not investigating into the nature of reality. You are so far removed from the now that your thinking itself has put you in a different landscape. As an adult, your thinking is about something outside, something periphery. You're worrying about all non existential things. It could be your job, it could be your kids, it could be your identity in the world. None of these are existential. You never ask the question, who am I existentially? You ask this question socially, politically, religiously. Already your mind has been hijacked. You don't even know that. Your questioning platform itself has been shifted. You're not even where you're supposed to be. But as a child, you still have a sense of who you are. You are still searching for something. The search is unmistakable. You are never contented. You're never blissful. You are constantly looking for something. You don't know what is it that you're looking for, and you try to fill that with anything and everything. It's because the longing is real. Anything and everything can satisfy that longing momentarily. You can get attached to all kinds of things. You can get attached to people. You can get attached to a place. You can get attached to smell, taste. All your senses independently can attach themselves to what they are experiencing, although there's no one coherent understanding of life. You don't know what life is in totality, but everything you experience draws you into it. Now, where does this longing come from? It has to be existential because it is there right from the beginning. The separation is real. Something has happened and you're trying to correct it. This much is certain. Because you can find people who experience unusual levels of peace and happiness and joy. But it is impossible for you to find individuals who have not experienced unusual depth in pain and suffering. It is next to impossible. Childhood is a traumatic experience. Some talk about it, reflect on it, go back to it. Some try to hide it, they try to cover it up. But it's always there. Your greatest insults, your biggest ridicule, the biggest dent on that idea called you has already happened. It's a part of your past. It is so deep that it determines the course of your life. Although now, as an adult, there is no need for you to carry the scars of the past. You have grown, you have outgrown yourself in so many different ways. Physically, mentally, emotionally. You know so much more, but still, inside, you are a child and you are longing. If you were completely disconnected from what is it that you're longing for, if you had no sense of that thing, then as you grow out of childhood, as you grow into more and more artificial, superficial ideas, your longing should completely subside. You should settle into this artificiality. The reason this never happens, you are always a stone throw's distance away from dropping everything you've ever done to experience that deep connection with yourself. If you can be introduced to it in the right way, you would accept it. You will accept the challenge of realizing it. You will struggle with it. You will keep coming back to it, but you will never forget it altogether. It always reminds you of how close you are to your true nature. The separation is completely illusionary. Pretty much everything that you are now, you're experiencing yourself as that truth. There is something that has been added, a small quantity of it, but the nature of which is such that it draws all your attention because it is disturbance, it is agitation, it is discomfort, it is pain, it is suffering, the nature of which is so different from your original nature that even a drop of it stirs the entire ocean of your being because it is not your nature. Your entire body can be healthy, but a small injury, let's say on the tip of your finger, compared to the rest of the body that is fully healthy, there's no pain, no suffering. This small part can be easily ignored. But that small pain masks the entire body. Till that is solved, forget about pain. If something is stuck in your teeth, it's not even painful. It is just not you. It's not your body. Something other than your body is there. Till you get rid of it, you cannot sleep. You cannot do anything. Why can't the body simply accept it and forget all about it? It's because it is not you. The nature of that thing that has been added is so different from you that you have to get rid of it. You are alive. Your body is alive. This thing is dead. Now, can there be any relationship between the living and the dead? By the very definition, they are opposites. You have to get rid of the dead because you are the living. This is the exact same relationship between your true self, your pure nature, and your body and your mind. Your body and mind put together, everything, all your thoughts, all your emotions, all your experiences, all your physical sensations, compared to the true nature of your being, they are that something that is stuck in your teeth. It is that insignificant. And yet, it draws all your attention. Morning till evening, you're only occupied with that. You're not concerned about the space outside. You're not concerned about the vast expanse of your being that is spreading in all directions. It is there at all times. You are just obsessed with this thing that is disturbing you. Your body is a disturbance. That is why you cannot drop the body immediately and just experience your pure being. Where is your pure being? You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to travel a million miles. Without that pure being, you cannot even experience the body. You cannot even experience the mind. Because body is not conscious. You are conscious. Body is a pattern. An unconscious gathering of activities. It is least physical. It's just functional. Because you have been doing certain things, your body looks a certain way. It's the activities that determine the form, the shape. That's why there is a perfect correlation between where a creature of existence lives and what its body does and looks like. Fish looks like a fish because it lives in water. The environment determines shape. So body need not be conscious. It need not be alive. It need not be aware. It can just exist as an unconscious activity. Just like clouds. You don't need consciousness, but still they move. Still they change shape. They take birth, they die. Everything that is happening in the body, you can see it in a cloud. The gathering, the letting go, the taking birth, the dying, the changing, the effect of the environment on the cloud. It's exactly the same. It's just that because we are attached to the body, we have turned this simple movement of the cloud into something so real. For us, every change that is happening on the body is personal. Because we are conscious enough, alive enough to keep on thinking about it, reflecting on it, and turn it into something. By its nature, body is unconscious. So is your mind. It's just a collection of thoughts, collection of dreams. Most of what you recognize as you has nothing to do with the mind and the body. It is simply you. It is the most obvious part of you. And yet, you are totally unaware of it. This is the challenge in realizing the true nature of your being. It's not because you have gone so far away that you have to travel a long distance before you realize the true nature of your being. The problem is one of recognizing the difference between the disturbing part of you and the non disturbing part of you. This cannot be done logically, this cannot be done through reasoning. It has to happen experientially. Because if it is intellectual, it just stays as memory, as an idea. In words, there is no way to experience the difference between what you are and what you're not. You cannot experience the sensation of something being stuck in your tooth if you have never experienced it. Theoretically, how do you understand it? You can never understand how important it is to get rid of that thing. What does it feel like? Think about it. Such small amount of disturbance can completely disrupt your sense of being. It will negate your years of learning and understanding of life. Theoretically, let's say you have accepted that you have to be calm, you have to be relaxed, you should not shout at people, you should not get agitated, whatever theories you have, that disturbance can alter your personality completely. In that moment, because that pain is there, that irritation is there, sometimes you don't even consciously notice it. Subconsciously, because you have become that disturbance, you have forgotten all that theoretical knowledge. That is why when people are in a certain state, they behave in a certain way. Their education is useless in that moment. Their theoretical knowledge is useless. Whether you have accumulated enough information about something or not is immaterial. You are a victim of that state. Now, what is influencing the state of your mind the most? It is the nature of the disturbance. What kind of disturbance? And have you accepted and acknowledged that you are experiencing your mind and body as a disturbance, as something that has been added to you? Now, this is the discomfort of the child. And what is the longing? The longing is simply to get rid of this.